All right. Oh man, there's another little thing. All right. Luckily, it's loading pretty quickly. This is my first time doing this. Let's see how it works. Okay, it looks like we are live. Very fun. For anybody who's watching this on Facebook right now, hello. My name is Alex. I'm the program coordinator here at Fox Haven, and on behalf of the farm, we'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this. And for the folks that are in our Zoom room right now, all of this is helping to support us amidst the coronavirus shutdowns. And a little bit about Fox Haven. We are a farm and nonprofit ecological retreat center located in Jefferson. That's less than 10 minutes from Frederick, Maryland, or about an hour from Baltimore and DC. Our mission is to help deepen the connection between humankind and the natural world. And we fulfill our mission by growing fresh herbs and organic and regenerative farm practices and hosting online educational classes and retreats. And when we're not practicing social distancing, we open our doors for you to come and stay in one of our farmhouse rentals. These locations are perfect for private gatherings, celebrations, and enjoying some much needed peace and quiet. To learn more, you can visit us at www.foxhavenfarm.org. And today we have Jan Hummer, who is a former employee of Fox Haven. So we're very grateful to have her. And she has a skill set in mindfulness meditations. And that's what we are practicing here today. So I will let you go ahead and take it away.
So hello, everyone. We are just going to do a mindfulness meditation today. We're going to be just dropping down into our bodies, creating a space that allows us to slow down, to be here in the present moment with everything that's going on in the world. Also connecting with ourselves. We're going to be able to really connect with others as well for healing practices. If you haven't done any kind of meditation before, what we're going to do today is going to be just a beginner's meditation. Also, you're allowed to sit in a chair right now if you want to. You can lay down on the ground if you just want to hear my voice. Do anything that makes you feel comfortable. I do suggest if you're sitting on the floor that you get something to place underneath your bottom just so that you can have a straight spine during this time. It's just really important that we are as comfortable as possible in our bodies. And in order to do that, we have to get whatever prop that we may need. So I know if some people have done yoga before, then you know about the comfortability that you need to get during the end of savasana or anything like that. But these are practices that you can do when you wake up in the morning. You can do a meditation practice in the middle of the day when you feel like you need space, just to breathe, to focus if things are getting overwhelming. Right now, a lot of different emotions are bubbling up in our body before the pandemic. So right now, it's really important to really take care of ourselves. In order for us to take care of ourselves, we have to be able to take care of others, right? So starting with here, starting with our heart center, starting with our mind, and starting with our body. So we're gonna start into a practice, but right now, I just want you to sit for a little bit and just start to breathe gently. There is no right or wrong way to do this, but if you want to, you can breathe through your nose, breathe through your mouth, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And just allow yourself to create that space. So just breathing in and out. And allowing yourself just to be in this moment Noticing how your body is feeling, however you were sitting, maybe on the mat or in a chair or laying down. And sometimes it just means that there might be a lot of noises coming in. Just touch on whatever is in your area, in your space. And just allow it to be there. And just be in this moment. There's nothing else that you need to worry about right now. If you feel like your mind is jumping all over the place, just breathing in to a thought and maybe just letting that pass by a little bit. If you have a lot of thoughts jumping around, just allowing yourself maybe just to focus on one or two. Again, not judging what is going on within you. Breathing deeply. So just breathing 1, 2, 3 if you need to count. And being mindful of those distractions that might be going on for you right now. And starting to just take some time to just allow yourself to take whatever thought that may be coming to your mind, maybe dropping down into your heart center. And if you feel like it, placing your hand right here on your heart, creating some contact, and breathing into that space, right into the chest. So breathing in and out, using that breath as anchor. Just allowing that space to be there, in and out, ebbing and flowing. And if you need to visualize something like the ocean or a creek or the river, you can do that as well. And start to just set an intention for your practice, whatever words that come to mind. Again, there is no right or wrong answer with that, and just keeping your hand on your heart center right now. Breathing in whatever word creates warmth in the body, and then expelling out on the out breath a word that creates release for you. Whatever you need to release in the body. So inhaling deeply. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So just start to take your hand back down, placing it wherever on your body, maybe on your thighs if you're sitting up or in a chair, or you can just place your palms down on the floor if you're lying down. And right now I want to do an embodied practice with you, a beginner's embodied practice. And if you're not familiar, we're just going to do a very short body scan that you can take with you. And whoever that has joined our session today, I will send Alex, I'll send Fox Haven Farm just a short body scan so you could do it yourself and record my voice so that you can follow along with that if you want to do that meditation. So as you get comfortable in a position, I want you just to either put your palms facing up wherever you're at, allowing yourself to open to this practice. If that's not comfortable for you, then you can put your palms facing down, which is totally fine too. Again, comfortability is very important when we do these practices. So when we start with the body scan, we're going to start from our toes all the way to the tip of our head. We're going to go all the way up the body. So we're going to do a very light practice with this. If you feel like you can't do some of the practice right now, that's totally fine. Just listen to my voice and we'll just go through all of it together. So let's anchor ourselves in the breath again. So inhaling deeply, dropping into the body. And then just allow that breath to travel all the way down to the tip of your toes, maybe out through the bottom of your feet. And we're going to just start with those toes, and you're going to curl your toes up. If you have your shoes on, that's fine. If you're laying down the ground, just curl your toes, creating a little bit of tension here. And then allowing those toes to uncurl in the out breath. And then moving up to our calf muscles, just creating a little bit of tension in our calf muscles, just right there, just a tiny bit of tension if you can. And if you want to, you can maybe just massage the calf muscles too with your hands if squeezing them does not feel good to you right now. And then moving your attention up to your thighs, creating a little bit of tension there. Up into the hips, just inhaling and exhaling. And then maybe on your third exhale, just releasing the body right there. And then moving up to the hands, we're going to curl our fingers in, creating tension in our fists. So just squeezing our fists as hard as we can. Just curling them together and squeezing, allowing that space to be there. A little bit of tension, breathing in and out. And then releasing the fingers and curling those hands. And let's go up to the shoulders. So breathing deeply, pulling those shoulders up to the ears, creating a little bit of tension here. Just bringing those shoulders up. And then exhale, bringing the shoulders, releasing the shoulders, and maybe moving them back again just to create that reset. And then allow your jawline to be as loose as possible. Notice how your jaw is feeling. This really can help if you are aware if your jaw is tense. Because when we have a tense jaw, that can create a lot of tension in the body and headaches and also sleep patterns. So just notice what's going on in the jaw. And if you need to, you can just touch the face. I know we're not supposed to during this, but if you've been by yourself, you wash your hands, just allow yourself to massage the jaw. And then allow yourself to squeeze the face as hard as you can, almost like a prune or a raisin. Just allow yourself to squeeze the face. And then drop all of those muscles again on the in and out breath. Allowing that energy to go up through the head, out through the crown of the head. Inhaling and exhaling here. Now noticing how the body is feeling. And if you notice any tension in the body and you need to move it in any way, please do so. And maybe if you need to squeeze a muscle here and there just to release that tension, you can do that during the body scan, during the end of this practice. Maybe allow your breath to get deeper or just soften here. Whatever is good for you. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. And when you're ready, just start to wiggle your toes and wiggling the fingers. Maybe dropping the head down and rolling it to the side and then slowly back. Doing some little neck rolls here over to the left and allowing the neck to just drop over to the side. Noticing how your body is feeling. Bringing that neck back up and slowly open up the eyes. And if you want to, you can put your hands out in front of you. I know that we're not supposed to be touching our face, but I'm assuming, and probably shouldn't assume, that many of you are just at home and you've washed your hands. And one of the practices that I really like to do to ground is creating the warmth in between your hands, as much warmth as possible, and giving yourself a little bit of an eye massage is what I like to call it, because when you put the warmth over your eyes, it's almost like you're just beginning again, allowing yourself just to sit here with a little bit of warmth over the eyes. And everybody meditates differently. So some people need our embodied practice, some people need silence, some people need visualizations, but allow yourself just to allow the warmth of the hands. Try to get them as warm as possible and then put them over the eyes after a short body scan practice. So if you want to, I just want you to check in right now with your body. That's the one thing that is really important after any practice, just allowing yourself to see where you are. How is your body feeling right now? How is your mind feeling right now? Taking that time and that space to do that before we move on to something else. So I wanted to open up the floor right now as people are coming out of the body scan practice before we go into the meditation practice for any questions that you might have right now. Also, if you want to speak about something specific that could be helpful for you. So this is a time if you want to speak just for a little bit and let me know what's going on for you. And if you don't want to, that's totally fine too. So I'm just going to open up the floor if anybody wants to talk. And you can just chat in there.
I know I feel like a little bit of head tension has been released. Like I really like just squeezing my face together and like a prune. I thought that was hilarious. I feel like that really helped to just release all of those muscles so that I can relax and be present.
Yep. Our face, we hold a lot of stress and tension, especially in the shoulders, and we tend not to think about all the tension that we have in our jaw and in our facial muscles. And a lot of times with people that I've taught over 12 years or whatever, the face, when they go to squeeze it, it can hurt because we're not using all of it. We hardly use those muscles like that, right? So when we squeeze it like a prune or a raisin or whatever you want to do, even when little kids are meditating or they do the body scan, they say they feel that release afterwards. So it's one of those, it's a really important practice to do. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but if you're doing it in the comfort of your own home, maybe in the car when you get mad, because we always make that face when we're getting mad, it's the same thing. So allowing that tension to get out. Thank you, Alex. So I'm going to move on to the next practice that we're going to do. And then at the end of this, I would like to engage in a short loving kindness practice. It will be a very short one. It won't be a regular one that I do for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. This one at the end will be a 5-minute practice. But we're going to go into a meditation practice. Then we can sit together just for a little bit of time, and then you're going to hear my voice again going into the loving kindness practice. And so with breathing exercises and mindfulness, some of the benefits of doing a deep breath practice, doing mindfulness, it triggers the nervous system to relax and calm everything. And it definitely helps clear the mind and reduces stress and ruminating thoughts. There's so many different things that it really helps with. It also helps with the breathing practice and the mindfulness practice, the mindful meditation practice. It helps cleanses the blood too. People tend not to touch on that very often, but when we're doing that breathing practice, when we're doing a mindfulness practice, it's everything. Our whole entire body is affected. So we really want to be aware of all of those things. And after you cleanse your blood a little bit, then it improves the focus. Improving focus is really important right now. I'm hearing that from many people. And another huge benefit of having a mindfulness practice and a good breathing practice is helping our lungs, our respiratory system. Right now, we need to be as healthy as possible. So really engaging in these practices can be a really good thing. Meditation, again, does not have to be sitting here for 30 minutes or an hour in lotus position or anything that you've seen on television or in a yoga class or anything like that. Meditation can you can take 2 minutes out of the day. If it's 30 seconds, then that's okay too. Or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then building up that practice over time is really, really helpful. So if you got up or did anything like that, I would like to move on to our meditation practice. So one thing that if you have time later on today, looking up mindful walking, just walking around your house or walking outside. It's just a really, really, really good way of allowing yourself just to focus on the present moment again. So if you need movement, please, do the mindful walking, and I can send that over as well. So let's get as comfortable as possible again, if you did move your body. And we're just going to take a deep inhale through the nose, allowing that breath to go all the way down into the body, into the stomach. So maybe if you are familiar with belly breathing, doing it in that way. And you can close your eyes or keep them halfway open. So inhale deep, filling your stomach up with air, noticing your lungs, first the bottom and then the middle area filled with air. And then at last your chest to rise. Slightly as your upper lungs fill with air. And then exhale and push all of that stale air out of the body. Bringing your belly button to your spine if you want to. And I invite you to pull your belly button in and up as you bring your chin to your chest. And that's just one way of just getting into the meditation, allowing those breathing practices. And then bringing the chin slowly back up, maybe exhaling some more air out of the body. And allowing yourself just to sit still here. There may be some distractions, just letting those distractions go. Not everything is going to be completely silent. Maybe bringing those sounds into the space with you. Again, noticing if there's any tension in the body. And then starting to recognize any thoughts that are coming in again. Just touching on those. And if there's one thought that is starting to just ruminate to be there, maybe working with that thought a little bit, envisioning it. Maybe naming it. Naming it and just letting it be there and trying to drop that thought. And then just accepting that this thought is there, that this emotion is there, that whatever is going on is just right there, and accepting it. Not trying to totally get rid of it, just accepting whatever is here in this present moment. And don't forget to breathe, breathing in and out of the nose, or just breathing in and out of the mouth, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And if you need to, you can move on to just investigating the thought that has arisen for you. Maybe take some time here to pick it apart, or situation that you need to investigate, that you need to focus on, and then maybe let go of. Just allowing yourself to be here with it. We're not automatically going to be able to get rid of any kind of negative emotion or anything that's going on in our mind and our body. It's actually a practice to work with this, to be with it. And as you investigate, just breathing in love and exhaling light, or whatever kind of word you would like to use, whatever kind of intention or affirmation for yourself. Sometimes peace is a good word to breathe in. And then maybe breathing out peace again. And let's take a deep breath here. After our investigation, we're just going to really let ourselves hug our mind, body, and heart for going through all of this practice. Maybe feeling warmth inside of the body. Maybe the thought or situation has broken up a bit for you. Maybe you feel calm and relaxed, or maybe you're still having that space for it, and that's okay as well. Remembering to be gentle on ourselves, on our minds, and our bodies. Naming all the wonderful things that we have in our lives. Noticing what gratitude, the word gratitude, what that feels like in the body. And moving on, we're going to go into our love and kindness practice here. And we're going to start by sending love and kindness to ourselves. The love and kindness practice is a way there when we get to the end of the practice here that we can send love and kindness out to all beings, to all sentient beings. And if you need to move around before this short practice, please do so. Or if you need to find your breath again, going back to that breath as anchor, it's totally fine as well. So as we start the love and kindness practice, I want you to envision yourself just right here in this moment, maybe creating a picture of yourself or something that brings you peace and joy and happiness, whatever makes you feel relaxed. And we're going to say to ourselves 3 times very slowly, may I be happy, may I be safe, and may I feel at ease. May I be happy, may I be safe, and may I feel at ease. And breathing in and out. Deep inhales through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we're going to move on to someone or something. It could be a pet, it could be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, someone that has given you a lot of support in your life. They might have passed on as well, and sending them love and kindness. And just saying to them, may they be happy. Actually, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you feel at ease. May you be happy. May you be safe. And may you feel at ease. So allowing that space to just be there for that. And then moving on and allowing some love and kindness to go to all sentient beings. And sending love and kindness in that way. So may all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. And may all beings be at ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. And may all beings feel at ease. Just breathing in and out. Coming back to the body if you need to, or just keeping a little bit of space here in this moment. And when you're ready, you can just start to wiggle the toes again and wiggle the fingers and shaking the head from side to side. Allowing yourself to come back to the space when you're ready. And allow yourself to just gently come back to the space. And if that takes a little bit of time, that's fine. Okay. So as you come back to the space, I would like to open the floor right now. It is about 10:46, so I just wanted to have a little bit of discussion time. If anybody had any questions or would like to know about some more practices for focus and presence, I'm here to answer those questions, and I'm welcome to send stuff to Foxhaven so that Alex can send you some practices to do on your own. So.
Can you talk about what a walking meditation is?
Yes, so with the walking meditation, sometimes people need to have a little bit of space where they're moving their bodies. So with walking meditation, there's a specific practice where you're placing your feet in front of each other, but also being very grounded. If there's a space that you can take off your shoes and actually ground yourself to the earth, make that connection, that's really beneficial. Also, your eyes are open, obviously, because you're walking, keeping your eyes half masked, which means just halfway open, and creating that focus. Just walking, it doesn't have to be a straight line. You can aimlessly walk if you're in a safe place. There are so many different types of walking meditation, but the one that I would send over would be a little bit more loose than some other walking meditations. So it's a movement. It's a meditation and movement, just like yoga is to a lot of people.
Any other questions, or how are you all feeling? You can put it in the chat box and I can speak it if you wish, or you can unmute yourself. Anna says that she's feeling so relaxed right now.
Good, Anna. It's always the goal to feel relaxed. I feel pretty relaxed myself.
Also feeling much more relaxed. Thanks.
I have a question, Jen. Do you have any suggestions for having a daily practice?
I can't hear you that well. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah.
Do you have any question, or do you have any feedback for creating a daily practice?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And that's something else that I can, because we have such a short time together, that's one thing that I can send. For daily practices, really, it's all about creating a time, number one, authentic space, something that's warmed for you. So if you look around this room right now, this is a place that I like to meditate in early in the mornings before other people wake up. And it's a very warm room for me. The birds are always singing, and I take a designated time to do a practice before the day begins. So that's one thing. It's creating that dedication. So everybody says practice. Well, it is a practice. So it's just allowing yourself to be grounded in that. Maybe setting an alarm could be a good thing. Also, starting to do journal writing right now would be good. That can be a meditation practice that will ease yourself into a sitting practice or laying down or whatever makes you feel comfortable. But I can give you a bunch of tools I can give you a bunch of tools and give that to Alex to send over to you. And if anyone has any questions, you are welcome to email me. And I'll allow Alex to give my email out. And this says, any tips for days? What's the rest of that? Okay.
Any tips for days when focusing is really hard? I find the worse my mood is, the harder it is for me to sit with myself, even if it's only for a few minutes.
That's right. Yeah, because everything's constricting and it's right there, right? So if you can remove yourself from the situation that you're in, maybe just going outside for a minute and taking a breath. I was talking about the breath earlier. So if you're able to just take some deep, long breaths to get yourself to focus to that place, just experiment, see what works for you. I know focusing for a few minutes, a lot of people think, okay, well, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to focus, I'm going to meditate. And then they get discouraged because they're not able to sit in silence and to focus. So one thing I always say is start with a breathing practice first, and then ease yourself into doing that 30-second or 1 minute practice leading up to 2, 3, 4 minutes. So whatever you need to do to get recentered again, to move back into that situation, whatever made you mad or the mood or depression, anything like that. It's not an easy fix. That's why it's a practice to get into that. But I can give you tips and tools, and I'm here to help in any way that I can. That.
Great questions.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just about at time, but like Jan mentioned, that the folks who are on the Zoom chat will receive all of these resources, and if anyone's watching on Facebook, feel free to email Foxhaven at info@foxhavenfarm.org, and we can send you those resources as well.
Well, I will, if anybody has any more questions, I have just a couple of minutes here and we'll sit with you. And if not, it was wonderful to do this. I am teaching online, but doing that for a job right now. I do a lot of advocacy and recovery work and different things like that. But I'm looking to see if I'm going to be doing a 4-week practice. That's going to be at very low cost and donation based at this time. Just trying to see how all of that can congeal together for me at this moment. But it was wonderful practicing with you guys, and I hope to hear from you all soon again. Again, we'll be sending all of that out to you, and I will send something to Alex here later on this afternoon.
Thank you, Jan, and everyone have a great, wonderful day.
Yes, thank you. Peace.